Hi, my name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101. I'm here today with financial advisor and expert Marlow Felton to provide some information for all of you job seekers out there or career professionals. Marlow, why don't you do a quick intro?
Well, thanks, Eileen. I'm Marlow Felton, Senior Financial Advisor and Partner with Summit Global Private Wealth. I've been in the industry for over 21 years. So in that time frame, I've seen lots of job changes, lots of 401k rollovers, and life changes for sure.
Wonderful. So you are an expert at all of this, and you've been sharing some really great information for all these career professionals through this series of videos that we've been doing. So I'm going to ask you one more question because you and I were talking offline, and I am not a financial expert. What am I an expert in? Getting people hired. You are the financial expert. So my question for you is, what is a self-directed brokerage option?
So the self-directed brokerage option is sometimes called different things, but it's basically the same thing. And more 401ks are offering this as an option. And I can't tell you how many clients I've met with that have it as an option on their 401k and they have no idea because they don't advertise it. It's not, in neon flashing lights when they sign up for their 401k. So, basically what it is the ability to have your money on a separate brokerage account to increase the number of investment options you have access to. That's a short way of describing it. So I mentioned earlier in one of our previous recordings that most plans have only 12, on average, 12 to 15 investment options. And if somebody doesn't like those options and they want some stocks and bonds or whatever, something else, or they want it professionally managed by a third party, they have that option if their employer plan has a self-directed brokerage option. So it's an easy call to the HR department or the plan administrator. I would start with the plan administrator. And just ask if there's a self-directed brokerage window.
Are you able to step in and help someone with that? Because sometimes they don't even know the question to be asking.
Yes, I do three-way calls with my clients all the time because I don't want to leave it up to them. I'm never like, oh, hey, call and ask them. Like, I'm not going to give them homework. I'm like, hey, let's just schedule, 15 minutes. We'll get on the phone and, I know what questions to ask. Now, so 100%. And, advisors that do this, they can help as well. I always recommend a three-way call. It just makes sure that the questions are clear and you're getting the answers and it's being understood properly when there's an advisor on the phone with you.
So incredibly important to have that advisor on the phone with
Yes.
you and to be walking you through this entire process because it can be confusing for someone who's not in the financial industry.
Yes, correct. And so the thing about the self-directed brokerage window is every plan is different. So some plans give you the self-directed option so you can have your money over there. It's still part of the plan. It doesn't change anything about your contributions coming out of your paycheck, your employer doing the match if they do that. So some of those brokerage windows, or sometimes they call them brokerage windows, some of those brokerage windows, they only allow you to do mutual funds. Which, and sometimes it's like, well, you have a zillion mutual funds you could invest in versus maybe 12 to 15, we're just saying hypothetically, if their plan is limited. So maybe that's better than the 12 to 15. So it takes, just some due diligence and just seeing what the options are. But some plans allow someone to slide their money over and have full reign of ETFs, stocks, bonds. And I don't really recommend that people manage their own 401k, but if somebody wants to do it, they can do it. But yeah.
Funny, I was just going to say, boy, As you're talking about this and all the knowledge that you have in order to advise someone to make the right decision, this is not something you want to do on your own if you do not have a history with finances and financial information.
Correct. So then the other option is some plans they have the self-directed brokerage option, and they also allow a third-party money manager to manage that for you. So if that's an option and you want a third-party money manager to come in and manage it for you because you've only got these few funds and you don't like those funds, you want more options, or you want it to be managed on a regular basis, that is an option. I just advise everyone to please talk to their advisor, know what all your options are before you make a decision like that, and be sure you are aware of the associated costs. There are fees, there are costs in doing that. So just be aware of everything, and an advisor can give you all the pros and cons and find out how your plan is set up so you know what your options are.
Do you recommend reaching out to a second advisor to get a second opinion? Because just because one advisor is saying to do something, and I've had that situation where it didn't work out, and I wish I had had a second or third pair of eyes or an opinion, so at least this way I have more knowledge in order to make the decision what's right for me.
Yeah, it's never going to hurt to get a second opinion. And I will tell you, there's a lot of different types of financial advisors out there doing different types of financial advising. So some have different focuses, different way of working, and it's all about, just getting more information and finding somebody that you feel is a good fit. And you can always work, there's no rule that says you can only work with one advisor. So maybe one's going to help you with your self-directed brokerage account. The other one's going to help you with your emergency or whatever it is, something else, or your life insurance or whatever it is that you're looking for. So yes, by all means, please talk to more than one if you really want to make sure you're, especially if you have not worked with an advisor before and you're not familiar with the different styles and the different types of investments and options that are out there. Just be aware and be informed.
Yeah, you really need to reach out to an advisor and speak to multiple advisors because you have to resonate with them. And certainly, Marlow, you are absolutely wonderful. So I hope people will reach out to you. I'm going to put Marlow's information down below, so this way you can reach out to her just to get even a second opinion as to how things look from her side, okay? Because she is a financial advisor and an expert and has been doing this for many years. Marlow, thank you so much for doing this with me. I think the information that you've been sharing in the series has been incredible for any career professional or anyone out there in general. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101, sharing the inside secrets to help get you hired rapidly.